Good evening. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the kitchen. Welcome, Frank. It's Monday and it's lovely to have you joining us. We've got the dogs, the golfers through the house. He'll be through shortly. How are you?
Okay so far, but that's about to change, I'm sure.
Where have you been since you were going off to St Andrews?
That's right, I was there for 2 weeks. And,
how did that go?
That was the Scottish Country Dance Convention worldwide, and it was lovely. It's loads of people, even from Japan, doing Scottish country dancing. China, Canada, the States, most of Europe would be represented. It lasts 4 weeks, and the RSCDS take over every single hall in St Andrews for 4 weeks. Church halls, younger hall, town hall, bowling club halls, you name it, they take it over for this Scottish Country Dancing Festival.
How brilliant. And of course, everyone benefits from that. The hotels.
Oh yes, very much so. Yeah.
Dare I say the pubs?
Yes, not so much. No, Scottish country dancers aren't really hard drinkers.
No, they need all their energy for dancing.
Yes, that's where their energy goes, on the dance floor.
And a lot of water, actually. I know anytime I go reeling, you know, you might start off and have one drink, but as the evening progresses...
Yeah, you need to replace it all the time.
So there's a lot of... Great. So, well, you're looking dapper, as always. What are you going to start off with tonight, Frank?
Well, just a few marches, maybe just to get us into the mood.
Yes.
Yes, here we are.
As you can hear, we have a great audience of one in the kitchen. The golfers arrived. We've now got two, and the dogs. Welcome wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. It's lovely to be back. The golfer and I have been in Legoland in Denmark. Whoa, we had a great time.
Oh, it was amazing, yeah.
We had 3 little scallywags with us and thoroughly enjoyed going on all the different rides, and of course it's very educational as well, Frank.
Yes, as I saw from your mobile pics.
Lovely. I mean, just a great time. And speaking of 3 scallywags, they have a favourite tune.
Oh, tell us.
Well, it's one that's been requested this evening, and it's so often requested. It's got to be one of the most requested tunes, other than the Dark Island, which is requested all the time. Now, it is the Wild Mountain Time, of course.
Yes, okay.
Now, tell me who requested that. Janice Mitchell.
That's right, yes.
Janice, this is for you, and it's for Genevieve, and it's for Vivian and Sterling, because they love to join in with this one, and you can do this in your own kitchen as well. Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweet. my true love he were gone, I would surely find no other to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go? An overwhelming round of applause from our two ODI.
Yes, yes.
I'm just
It's
admiring you.
standing up.
I'm admiring your fancy specs. They're
Well, they're not very fancy.
They're
well, they're
blue-
colour, but I'm not
blue
sure.
and yellow and
They match
colourful.
my shirt. That's about the only thing. Yes.
Very,
Uh-huh,
very
yes,
snazzy. No, we, as I was saying, we were at Legoland. It was beyond good fun, and I think it's fair to say we came down and needed to lie down for at least a day after the onslaught of 3 wee ones and going on all the rides and doing all the things that you do. But it's marvelous what the inventiveness
Yes, I'm
of
sure.
the people who develop Lego, and from amazing Ferrari cars to lions to dinosaurs, all made out of
Quite
tiny
amazing. I
little
haven't seen
pieces
it,
of
but
Lego.
I've seen pictures.
Really.
Quite a change from the Isle of Harris.
Just a little bit of a change, And we had a great holiday in the Isle of Harris. We very sadly were unable to go to Robbie Shepherd's funeral.
True.
And I know you were also away
involved
in
at St Andrews.
at
Yes.
St Andrews. And I know that tonight you're going to play a bit of a tribute to Robbie.
Well, Robbie was such an icon. He was a household name, really, throughout Scotland.
And the world.
Yes, indeed, because he hosted all the big games and take the floor right back to when it was called the Scottish Dance Music. So he was on the radio every week. So as I say, he became quite a household name.
And tunes were written for him.
Yes, these are 3 tunes that were written for Robbie. The first one is by Phil Cunningham. It's called Dr. Robbie Shepherd MBE. And the middle one is a little march. It's the Danecht Loon. Robbie put Danecht on the map without, and that's where he was. His funeral took place just a couple of weeks past Friday. And third one is a 12/8 march, which is very unusual, but it's Robbie Shepherd MBE. So anyway, here goes a little tribute to Robbie Shepherd. be sitting listening to that
Oh,
at some point. Yeah.
well,
that's why-
I'm sure that Robbie fans all around the world and send Esma and Gordon their condolences, but also how wonderful to have. Certainly, I'm sure there are even more tunes written for and about Robbie. But
I'm sure there would be.
I
yes,
think one of the great things is that they're all upbeat,
Yes,
like Robbie was himself.
yeah.
You know that he was forever young. He had that marvelous sparkle and twinkle, and that great energy about him.
Yes, he had an amazing sense of humour as well.
Yes.
And some of his press journal articles every Saturday.
Yes.
All written in the Doric.
Yes. Well, he epitomised everything that was great
Absolutely,
about the northeast of Scotland, but about Scotland itself, because he was such an ambassador for the country, for its music, for its culture, and very fitting that Phil Cunningham has written a tune.
Mm-hmm.
I think Phil's on the road with Ali Bain. I think watch out for where Phil is coming to a hall or venue near you, because they're a great duo.
Yes, they're on tour just now. I'm trying to remember where they were. Just at Webster Theatre in Arbroath, I think they were at one point. Yes.
Yep, they're coming to Aberdeen. I think it's
Yes,
September. So look out for Phil. Have you got a?
I've got a double header for you.
You've got a double header.
When did the Braemar Games first start? What date? What year?
Okay.
And what is the oldest games in Scotland?
Okay. The golfers' questions are: when did the Braemar Games gathering first start? What year?
Yeah, and what is the oldest games?
And
in
which
Scotland?
games are the oldest in Scotland? So, what year did the Braemar gathering start? And what is the oldest games in Scotland?
Robbie Shepherd would have both these things at his fingertips. Yes,
Well, of course-
I doubt he'd have the second one.
Robbie also.
Any clue
Oh,
about
right,
the second
so it's not
one?
Lonnet.
The second one is over 700 years old.
Oh, no,
this-
I don't know. Gosh,
okay.
Often
Just speak
very-
amongst yourselves while we're trying to figure this out.
Okay, yeah.
Robbie, of course, he was the master of ceremonies for the Braemar gathering and many other gatherings for many
Lonnet,
years.
And I'm trying to remember. Most of the Highland Games in Scotland, I think.
His voice was synonymous. You could go to any games and it was Robbie's voice.
Indeed.
Just about.
Yeah. His
Very-
voice was so well known, yeah.
Very, very special. Well,
Yes.
I thought my husband also had a request, something that I have never actually sung. Irene Watt usually sings this when she comes here, but because of our fishing connection, I'm going to sing it for you.
Oh, thank you.
We're singing, because the golfer does come up with not just clues, but he comes up with suggestions for songs. And he's not bad on the old suggestions.
Pretty good, yes.
So I'll give this a whirl.
Many of them connected to the fishing industry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, this is for you. Written by Ewan McCall. It's a take on a Northeast song. The tune is a Northeast song about Benahee, but you'll know that
Oh,
very
yes,
well.
yeah.
So, come awa, you fisher lassies, come awa with me. Frae Cairnbog and Damery and frae Inveralachie, frae Bucky and frae Aberdeen and all the country round. We're a yawa to got the head and we're a wa to Yarmouth tune. Oh, ye rise up in the morning with your bundles in your hand. Be at the station early or you'll surely hate to stand. Tak plenty to eat and a kettle for your tea, or you'll maybe die of hunger on the way to Yarmouth Quay. Now the journey is a longing and it takes a day or twa, and when you reach your lodging sure you'll soon asleep you'll fa, but you'll rise at 5 with the sleep still in your een. You're awake to find the gotten yards along the Yarmouth Quay. Now there's coopers and there's curers and there's buyers canny cheels, and lassies at the pickles and others at the creels, and you'll wish the fish had been all left in the sea by the time you finish gotten herring on the Yarmouth Quay. Well, it's early in the morning and it's late into the next. Your hands are cut and chapped and they look an uncassect, and you greet like a wain when you put them in the bree, and you wish you were 1,000 mile awa from Yarmouth Quay. Now I've gotten fish in the Lerrick and in Stornoway and Shields. I've worked along the Humber amongst the Barrows and the Creel. Whitby, Grimsby, I've travelled up and down, but the place to see the herring is the quay in Yarmouth Town. Oh, I come awa, you fisher lassies, come awa wi me, fi Cairn, Balgan, Gamely and fi Inverallachie, frae Buckie and frae Aberdeen and all the country round, where I want to got the herring, where I want to Yarmouth Town.
Very good, very good. From Glaswegian nearly getting the Doric. The singing was perfection. I would say the
Crit is coming.
That's well, Robert.
The adjudication is coming from my right here.
the dialect was.
I've got a bit to work on apparently on the dialect.
Could do better, yes.
The singing was perfect. Everything was good, but the dialect needs a little bit of work.
I need a little bit of work on the Doric, and I've only lived here for 30-something years. However, you know, you're never too old to learn. I think the moral of that story is give it a go.
Yes.
Always do something that, you know,
Yes.
keeps you on your mettle.
Yes, well, that's fine.
But I also thought that it tied in with Robbie and the Doric and also the whole fishing industry, and the fact that you and McCall heard the tune and then decided to write these words reflecting the fishing industry.
Yeah. Well, it's lovely. It's a fantastic song.
It's a great song.
It's a lovely song, yeah. And we've got lots of
Irene Watt sings it really well.
Yeah.
But she's
from
Gardenston. Well, she's a Gamely girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get lessons from you, Irene. So where are we? Oh, and I wanted to say hello to a few people because well, my sister Christine is in the kitchen and she's a very good friend. Marie-Neige in France, and her mum, what's her mum's name?
I don't know, she's not doing very well.
Oh, her mum's not too well at the minute. So warm greetings to Marie-Neige in Amélie-les-Bains. We've had some lovely messages from Jimmy Guild, who says this makes his Monday evening.
Oh, good.
And of course, we have all the lovely top fans. Jean Fakeney, Jamie Sutherland, I think you might be an Aaron. Thank you for the photograph. Wonderful picture. It looked like Augusta. You may be in Augusta for all I know. Etta Redfern, Anne Marsh, Jackie Whitney, Phyllis Grant as always, Anne Houston as always, Susie in Sydney as always, Liz Jack, Floris Calderwood, Phyllis Grant, Catherine Nicholson. Hello to Gary and Deirdre Silver. Thank you for the cabbages, Gary, and the tatties.
Lovely.
You're getting some.
I'm getting a cabbage tonight. Yes.
You're getting a cabbage. You're getting a cabbage.
We're getting a full Monty tonight.
And Donald and Rosemary Cameron, who tune in every Monday from Roseneath, where my aunt and uncle used to go every weekend. So Donald and Rosemary Cameron, hello to you. Also, hello to Uncle Alistair and Angela. Kate, who usually have a large gin and tonic at this time on a Monday just to start the week.
Sounds a good idea, yeah.
And they were all at 42nd Street in Glasgow, standing ovations on Saturday night.
Oh, lovely.
Fabulous at the King's Theatre. And there's an awful lot of good theatre coming up. Scottish Ballet we're going to be going to.
Sorry, who's this week?
And not you. You're not invited. The golfer's not big on ballet, but Kirsty and I are going to the ballet.
Well, that's nice.
And concerts, RSNO. I mean, I think it's the autumn. And we shouldn't forget our own concert, Frank.
Oh, that's right.
Tivoli
on Thursday, the
5th of October.
Yes, okay.
Actually, I will just get it, the last night of the Tivoli Theatre photograph over here, which I will bring, which my dad did the very last night. I will show you in a second.
Now, have you got a year for this?
Well,
that's amazing.
it's 60 something.
I recognise many faces on that.
I don't think that's an easy thing to see, but that was a photograph taken on the last night. There's Will Starr there, wonderful accordionist Will Starr. That's Will.
Yeah, that's right.
Ian Milne on piano.
Oh, that's Ian Milne, yes, I recognise
Jimmy Miller on drums.
God, that's amazing. Yeah.
Joe Gordon.
Uh-huh.
Sally Logan.
Sally, she's there. She'll be there somewhere. Yeah.
Irene
Lovely
Campbell.
photograph. Yeah.
And does it say there what year it was? No.
No, it doesn't actually.
But
oh yes, 1963.
1963. So that was the last year. So what a privilege for Frank, myself, Paul Anderson, Neil Selders, Ali Napier, Neil Burse, Irene Watt, the Mearns Choir. We've got a fantastic lineup, and celebrating I guess just good music, because there'll be Scottish music, there'll be old Gaelic songs, there will be some transatlantic songs with our transatlantic connections. Neil's is in Nashville, so hello to all our friends in Nashville who tune in every Monday. So we'll be doing a bit of that transatlantic connection with our friends. So are you looking forward to it?
Of course I am. It's special night because it's a Tivoli.
It is a Tivoli.
It's just something special.
It is. So what are you gonna play?
Well, you mentioned Braemar Gathering.
Oh, now we have had a request.
Yeah.
Yes, you've had a special request. Sean Mann, he requested the Braemar Gathering tune.
Yes.
And of course, the Braemar Gathering is this weekend.
Oh, yes, okay.
It's this coming weekend, first Saturday in September. Julie Fowlis is sold out. She's on at St Margaret's in Braemar, of which I'm a proud patron. She's sold out. We have a fabulous lineup at Braemar. The place will be jumping. The village swells to, I don't know, over 20,000 people, because I think about 400 people stay there routinely. But of course, the Fife Arms is a wonderful revival of an old coaching house that's amazing.
And the arena itself is rather special because you're surrounded by these mountains, Loch Nagar and the other mountains around about. It's really special.
It's very special, and it's wonderfully, dare I say, not commercial. It is true to the old gathering with all the heavy man sports.
Yes.
I never quite know what to call them now, if there's something politically good. There's children's race, tug of war, there's children's races, there's the hill race.
And, there's loads of things for everybody in that, but Highland dancing as well, of course.
Wonderful Highland dancing.
Piping competitions.
Wonderful pipe bands. Very special. So I'm pretty sure it's very busy, and if you've already got your tickets, you'll have your tickets. But
indeed.
Sean Mann, he particularly requested the Braemar Gathering, and then we'll see about the clues that the golfer gave us.
Well, the Braemar Gathering is what's called a 2/4 pipe march. I don't usually play these tunes in actual fact, but I've raked them out just at short notice. Talk about sitting on the edge of your seat.
Wow.
So I'm going to follow it with a 6/8 march called John D. Burgess.
Okay.
Now, pipers will know exactly who John D. Burgess is. This is a 6/8 march. It was composed for John D. Burgess when he was 14 years old. He went on to become world champion piper. He judged piping competitions, bands and individual entries at a lot of the Highland Games. So his name is a household word amongst pipers. So don't listen too closely. You know.
table swelled by my sister sitting in the kitchen. So that was Braemar Gathering and John D. Burgess.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. You can see why Scottish country dancing is so popular all over the world.
Yes, indeed, yes.
It just lifts the spirits, the music lifts the spirit. And it was great, Frank, a couple of weeks ago to take our little tutti fruities to the Buchan Barn Dance where you were playing.
Right.
And the wee ones from age, 5 were up doing a Dashing White Sergeant. And we had a wee practice in the kitchen. And it's just great. It brings everyone together, and you just see everyone smiling.
Yes, that's
It's
what
just
it's all about. Yeah, it's good to see the.
And I think maybe I'm biased, but the northeast of Scotland in particular, we have wonderful fiddle music, the accordion, Scottish country dance bands, but we have a lot of people dancing.
Yes, traditional music and dancing is very popular, although old-time dancing and some of the sequence dancing seems to be floating into the past, but reeling and Scottish country dancing and ceilidh dancing are very healthy.
Yes. Yeah, and young people, a lot of young people want to dance, which is so it's very much alive, isn't it?
So.
Well, certainly the Buchan Barn Dance, well done to all the organisers because it was just really good fun, and the tombola was great. There's nothing like a tombola. I mean, it's these things that really, the kids loved the tombola.
I know.
Came home with a cricket bat and a book and some sweeties
golf
and
balls.
chocolate, golf balls.
Lego?
No Lego. It was very good tombola. So, what are we going to do, Frank? Oh, you had another request.
Any answers?
Oh, let me see if there's any answers for 1832.
Very good.
1832.
Oh,
Yeah, that's...
Okay, who is that?
Yes,
That's
1832. Several people have got that with Queen Victoria. And she first... She attended the first. Very good. Yes, so all of you who got 1832...
And the oldest games?
And the oldest games in Scotland, do they go back to 1310?
1314.
1314.
After the Battle of Bannockburn,
Oh yes, 1314.
Robert the Bruce
And
let this village
Yeah.
in Fife have its own games as a thank you for the people who fought at the Battle of Bannockburn.
It's
It's called the Series.
The Ceres.
S-C-E-R-E-S. It's in Fife. C-E-R-E-S.
Ceres, maybe.
C-E-R-E-S. And that goes back to Robert the Bruce.
1314.
1314.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know?
As a thank you to the
As a
people
thank you to the people
who fought with him at
who
Bannockburn.
fought with him at Bannockburn, so they could have their own Highland Games and
The
celebrate,
games.
or just the
I
games.
don't think Fife's in Highlands
No,
yet.
Fife is not in the Highlands.
Fifers would say a lot. I mean, what is it?
You can't
The
be brilliant
kingdom.
at
The kingdom.
Kingdom of Five, yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that information.
Jamie got it.
Jamie Sutherland got it. Yes.
Oh, very good.
My
Series.
Yes, several people I think got it. Yes, there were quite a lot of people, but I'm sure it will be a fantastic games. There's been a request for another song I've never sung before,
Oh, good heavens.
but that's never stopped me in the past. As you know, I'll give most things a whirl. Granny's Heelan Hame.
Oh yes, this is for.
Now,
we've got a note of this.
That was for Shirley
Petrie.
Petrie?
She was a big fan of the Alexander Brothers, of course, and she lives in Bankery. So this was one of the songs that she requested.
Okay. Now, I don't have the words, but I'm vaguely remembering them from when I was little, when my dad used to sing this. So what am I getting in here?
I think we're in the key of D.
All right. Far away in the Highlands there stands a wee hoose, and it stands on the bridge o' the Brae, where we played us lassies there long, long ago, and it seems it was just yesterday. I can still see old Granny, a smile on her face, just as sweet as the heather dew. As she kissed me goodbye with a tear in her eye, said, "Lassie, may God bless you." Where the heather bells are blooming just outside Granny's door, where us lassies there we played in days of long ago, 'neath the shadow of Belbraggy and Gosby's lordly strain. How I wish that I could see my granny's even name. Where the heather bells are blooming just outside Granny's door, where as lassies there we play in days of long ago, 'neath the shadow of Belbraggy and Gosby's lordly strain. How I wish that I could see my granny's even name.
Well done for a first. Yes.
That takes me back a very long time. Does that take you back, Christine, a long time? I mean, Dad used to sing. He used to sing that, and he used to go into something else and do a whole medley around it, and very popular. And I know that Deirdre keeps asking for that request.
Lovely.
It's just one of those
It's
old.
Yeah, it's an everlasting song.
And,
yeah,
and there's something about a waltz as well. People
Yes,
like to.
indeed.
I can't think why Strictly doesn't use a few Scottish waltzes, because you know they really could. They could add a bit of Scottishness to Strictly and have a few waltzes, and you know.
Yeah, I sort of don't know why they don't do that.
I think we
A
should
touch
write
of tart in it as well.
Yeah, I think we should write in and tell Strictly that we'd like Scotland represented in the waltzes. Would that be
I
good?
remember, was it Billy Connolly's wife was a judge at one point, or did she dance?
Pamela Stevenson.
Yeah.
She may well. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I don't. They always used to go to the Lonach games because,
That's right,
of course,
yeah.
they had a house very near the Lonach, and the Lonach was last weekend.
Yes, the pipe band used to. That was one of their stops. In actual fact, on there it was a 6-mile walk to the games park.
Yes.
And they always stopped at Billy's house to get a little dram for the breakfast.
Yes. A great. The Lonach Gathering is another great one.
Yeah.
What are you going to play us out with? Or are we?
Are you finishing? Are you?
I don't know.
It's up to you.
Have we got more?
It's time up. I have no idea.
Don't you either?
Cyprus.
Someone from Cyprus is.
Anne Marsh is watching from Cyprus.
Anne Marsh, hello Anne, is watching from Cyprus. Christine is just telling me all the things that I've missed because it's a bit dark today and we can't see too well. And I don't know whether it's my specs that are, but anyway, everyone is saying hello and they seem to be enjoying it very much
Well,
indeed.
that's good news. Yes.
Frank, it's always a pleasure to have you in the kitchen, and
The
thank
pleasure's
you.
mine. Yeah.
It's just great. And where are you playing in the coming week or two?
I'm so busy I forget.
Just lots of This is just your busy time.
I'm
You're busy all
down
the
in
time.
Perth and Pitlochry and various places within 100 miles. These are just.
So we're lucky to just
Thames.
nab him for the kitchen. I'm hoping that next week Irene Watt will be
Lovely.
joining
I
me
look
with her
forward to that.
Clarsuk, which is lovely. And if you haven't got your Tivoli tickets yet, come and see us on the 5th of October. It'd be lovely to have another full house at the Tivoli.
Yes. Yeah.
Are
Good.
you just going to play it?
This is Robbie Shepherd again. It's his signature tune.
Oh.
Courage dance music.
Wonderful. And we should actually say a big shout out to Jennifer Cruikshank, who
Oh, yes.
producer of Robbie's programmes for so many years, and of course an award-winning accordionist
Yes.
yourself, and
Amazing.
wonderful
An
band.
amazing musical family in actual fact.
An
yes.
amazing musical
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So yes, happy memories. Thank you for joining us, Frank. Thank you for joining
pleasure,
us,
yes.
and we'll see you soon.
See you soon,
We'll
yes,
see you soon. Thank you for joining.
Right.